Corporate CEOs come and go just like my paycheck whenever a payday co-aligns on the same date a Steam sale starts. Damn you, game it. Damn you. But in the case of OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, he was going. At least, he was gone for a while. I mean, I'll get to that. The whole timeline of this is really kooky. Like, I was only interested in this because I wanted to know what was going to happen, that a board of rich people fired the CEO of OpenAI. I was afraid he's going to come back as the Green Goblin. There's going to be like hyper monetization of ChatGPT, $5 a chat prompt or something like that. But instead, I found the social network too. There's so much drama in here. Hollywood could make another beige tinted adaptation of over exaggeration out of this. And yeah, why not? Let's just, start from the beginning or wherever, like just get through all the details from Friday when Sam Altman got fired all the way to Wednesday, today, or Thursday, whenever you're watching this, when he got rehired. Apparently, I was like, hey, I've seen this before. A bunch of board members of rich business schmucks fires a CEO that had a hand in making a company just before Thanksgiving. Sounds very familiar.
But you can't do this to me. I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed?
Let's just say if the board didn't rehire the CEO back, I would have highly suggest not visit the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. Just a nice heads up there.
Am I?
Now, there's been all sorts of wacky theories of why he got fired, especially on a Friday. If you work in like corporate, usually these things are a bit rushed if they're firing you on a Friday. So the weekend comes along and they could just, brush things under the rug. People had all sorts of theories like, oh, it turns out he was a reptilian. Oh, he had like bodies of prototype half human robots in his backyard or some outlandish theory like that. But we don't know. At least I don't know. I've been searching up and down. All I could see is like some sort of egos, which should be the thing in most, human conflict. It's just a bunch of egos that have been bruised and just tossed aside. But I'll get to that. Let's just, go through the timeline and see where we go from there. On Friday, OpenAI put this tweet out of leadership transition. And this is like, I don't know, their fourth CEO. I kind of lost track. I've been counting through it. Or maybe it's more, or maybe less. I don't know. It's a game of musical chairs with them. It just seems to be the thing there. And then following after, Sam Altman puts a tweet saying, I love my time there. But then the co-founder, Greg Brockman of OpenAI, also says, yeah, you know what? I'm out too. After today's news, I'm going to quit too. Oh boy, it's not a good sign when the co-founders are just, gone from the company. I mean, that was my first thought. The whole reason why I was like worried and listening into these news is because, well, I, as someone in the computer science industry, a programmer, I use ChatGPT a lot. It's helpful, and the idea that it's going to be probably like aggressively monetized does not suit well for any of us, really. And keep in mind, this is still Friday. Plenty of employees are giving out support. Even Microsoft was like coming in to help. At this point, people were thinking that maybe AI has just gone sentient and is just getting rid of its masters, going full on Skynet and releasing Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger coming and going and doing his thing. Yeah, it's been a kooky Friday, but it gets worse. So on Saturday, then they were discussing that maybe we should hire him back. The board was going on a discussion, and maybe they'll bring the CEO back. And keep in mind, it wasn't just Sam and Greg. There were other employees that lost their positions just randomly. So yeah, a lot of fishy stuff was happening. Pretty crazy here and there, but there were talks to, restore the balance. Heck, even like investors and employees at OpenAI were, threatening the board saying, hey, bring him back. You can't just do this out of the blue here and there. But even with all the pressure, OpenAI's board, who were given a deadline to reinstate Sam Altman by 5 p.m. on Saturday, didn't do it. it came, went, they were pretty hush-hush. They did not do anything. That's because they had something else in mind. Sunday, they hire Emmett Shear. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? It's the former CEO of Twitch. And let's be honest, the new CEO, I heard good things. I'm not gonna really trust CEOs. I keep them at an arm's length. You really can't trust CEOs anyways. But there's good things about him so far. But this previous CEO of Twitch, it was a trash heap before him. There was that kind of controversy that these CEOs were just covering up their top streamers while going to town with a huge hammer, banning like the small streamers. So there's that issue, and the fact that this guy is on board was not the greatest move they thought it was. This board was clearly trying to keep Sam out. But on that Sunday also it came out that Microsoft said, hey, Greg and Sam can join their division, and any OpenAI employees are also welcome. This is a power move. Microsoft is just whipping it out, smacking the board in the face. Like, yeah, we just did that. We're here. You don't want them? We'll take them. Of course, Emmett Shear, he wanted to know why you fired Altman, because, I mean, if you're going to join this new job, you might want to know how the last guy got axed out, right? So didn't really get an explanation, but there was this one clue, this one takeaway, is the man named Aya Sutskever. I hope I pronounced that right, but most likely didn't. Yeah, him and Sam Altman's personalities, they would not mix. It was a Naruto Sasuke, or whatever you want to call it, kind of thing going on there. Crazy analogy, but hey, that's all I got to go here.
Sasuke! Naruto! Sasuke! Naruto! Sasuke! Naruto!
But then Monday rolls around and Aya speaks up saying that he regrets what he did, of going with the board's actions, and switched lanes. Now he's trying to, woohoo, come back, Sam. Very much trying to bring Sasuke back home to the Leaf Village. And at the same time, OpenAI is like plenty of employees. And I say plenty. They have like 800 or something I read, and like 700 or so were like threatening to quit and leave. There's going to be some sort of movie adaptation. Hollywood is salivating at the thought of making this a movie. It's bound to happen, trust me. Tuesday comes in, and with it, Elon Musk appears. That's a saying that is pretty much acquainted with any event, apparently, like those miners that got trapped in a tunnel. Elon Musk appears. I'm going to give you a submarine. Twitter's going about it, say, Elon Musk appears to buy. This man is the Kool-Aid man of just events in general. He just bursts in and tries to tag along. It's a strange occurrence, but this occurrence is probably... I don't know. He just comes in, says that he has a letter, he provides a link for a GitHub page of ex-OpenAI employees talking about how Sam and Greg abused their power as CEO. I mean, fire's hot, water is wet. CEOs, they do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you did it here and there. What's a few slaves getting kicked left and right? Like, these CEOs always do that. It's common knowledge. They should definitely be punished for it, that's for sure, if it's proven. So far, that GitHub page is not proven. But what did come out was like those 700 employees that supposedly signed to say, hey, bring Sam back. They were forced to sign the letter out of fear for like their careers or, get fired. So there's that issue. And then there's the fact that in the same day, mind you, Emmett Shear, I keep messing up his name, but he came out saying that, hey, you made me the new CEO, but if you don't give me details on, why the last one was fired, I'm going to leave too, and peace out. So then there's that issue, and then there's the fact that same day, mind you, still Tuesday, a report came out that OpenAI board is trying to merge its company with its rival Anthropic. The merger failed. Like, I don't know what is happening. Like, they're going like Professor X, Utonium or whatever. Not Professor X, Professor Utonium, throwing every like chemical in the batch, trying to get something to work. It was just insane. And then, of course, the board has to, still Tuesday, the board had a meeting with law enforcement to go over the discussion of how they might have defamed Sam in their blog posts. Yeah, it's insane. And then it brings us to Wednesday, where finally OpenAI sends a tweet saying, hey, Sam's returning. Good. They announced that it's been a trip. It's been a real trip. But yeah, they announced there's coming back. You could already smell the Netflix documentaries and all the strange podcasts that are going to come out of this. But the thing is, the train hasn't stopped. I guarantee you there's probably going to be some more crazy things happening later. And the fact is, Emmett Shear, he was only CEO for like 2 days. The poor guy. I say poor, but I mean, he's probably has got a mansion or something. Regardless, the thing is, it's always said that AI is what's gonna be the end of humanity. But as you could see, it's more human egos. It's a very self-destructive path we walk down, and we always end up causing our own issues. We could either work together or just share the graveyard together. Regardless, in the end, we'll be together. I honestly think that AI is a dangerous thing, yes, but it can be used for humanity's goodness if we put our egos aside, put our greediness aside, and just openly work together. Very tough task, very impossible task, but it should be doable. And hopefully we get past this crazy, insane anime arc that we just went through and things settle down and OpenAI progresses at a moderate pace. That being said, I'm still disappointed I didn't get to see a CEO finally snap and put on the Green Goblin suit and just go to town on just, I don't know, I just want to see that headline. You got the tech. I know you got the tech. You probably have UFOs in your backyards. Just pop those bad boys out. You know you want to. There's no Spider-Man because, let's be honest, the real Spider-Man that are in New York are just fighting homeless men in like subways. It is what it is. That's all there is.